mist is lifting off the valley floor so wide. My chestnut horse is ready for a long and steady ride. The grass is wet with silver dew, the air is crisp and clean, the prettiest country landscape that a man has ever seen. An old 1960s melody is humming in my head, reminding me of simple words my old grandfather said. Through the 70s and 80s, worlds were turning upside down, but nothing ever changes when you're 20 miles from town. On a ride across the plains, where the horizon meets the sky, where the golden wheat fields wave as the wind goes blowing by, with the spirit of the old west flowing right through my veins. There's a deep and quiet healing on a ride across the plains. The midday sun is shining hot, the eagles soar above, looking down upon the rugged land that I am dreaming of. No highways made of concrete, no sirens in the night, just the beauty of the prairie in the shifting summer light. Sometimes a man needs room to breathe and space to clear his mind, to leave the heavy pressure of the modern world behind. You can find your soul again out here where the wild things run, just a cowboy and his shadow riding toward the setting sun. On a ride across the plains, where the horizon meets the sky, where the golden wheat fields wave as the wind goes blowing by, with the spirit of the old west flowing right through my veins. There's a deep and quiet healing on a ride across the plains. Yeah, the twilight starts to settle, and I finally slack the reins. We're heading back to camp now, across the darkening plains. Just a ride across the plains, where the quiet peace remains. The wooden doors swing open as the evening shadows fall. I hang my heavy saddle on the peg against the wall. The smell of sweet alfalfa and the dust up in the air brings back a rush of memories of when we both were there. Old transistor radio is sitting on a crate, playing hits from 1968 before it got too late. The 70s brought the hard times, the 80s brought the change, but the glow of that old so lost or strange. Underneath the barn light, memories standing in the glow, thinking about the good old days from a long time ago, where we used to laugh and talk till the stars began to fade, in the warmth of this old country barn that my grandfather made. The horses chew their evening hay, a steady soothing sound. I sit down on a wooden bench and look upon the ground. I can almost see your shadow, I can almost hear your voice, back when the world was younger and we made our simple choice. Time keeps moving like a train, it never waits for men, but looking at these weathered beams brings back the past again. The golden yellow lantern light can chase away the cold and warm up every story that this old heart has ever told. Underneath the barn light, memories standing in the glow, thinking about the good old days from a long time ago, where we used to laugh and talk till the stars began to fade, in the warmth of this old country barn that my grandfather made. Yeah, I flip the switch to off now, and the darkness settles in, but the pictures in my mind are bright of where we used to been. Just barn light memories, where the sweet love never ends. There's a church bell ringing softly through the valley in the morning. A rooster crows to give the sleepy town its daily warning. You can hear the tractors humming as they clear the morning mist, with an honest prayer of thanks for every single day we're blessed. We try to change the music that we listen to today, but that 90s, 60s soul is something you can't take away. Through the 70s and 80s, we kept singing loud and strong, rebels with a guitar, keeping heritage along. 'Cause that country spirit is something you can't buy. It's born inside the soil, and it lives beneath the sky. It's a handshake on a promise, it's a neighbor helping hand. It's the pride of being humble on this rugged piece of land. It's the calloused hands of working men who never complain. It's the washing of the fields by the sudden summer rain. It's the front porch rocking chairs where the old folks tell their tales off a wild and younger country that was broken by the trails. They can build their concrete they'll never know the feeling of a classic country tune. It's a fire in your heart, it's a truth that's built to last, holding on to standard values while the world is moving fast. 'Cause that country spirit is something you can't buy. It's born inside the soil and it lives beneath the sky. It's a handshake on a promise, it's a neighbor helping hand, it's the pride of being humble on this rugged piece of land. Yeah, the night is settling down now and the crickets start to sing, but I still can hear the echo that the country valleys bring. That country spirit is a forever lasting thing. The sun is dipping low behind the purple mountain crest. The cattle are all settled and the valley is at rest. I lean against the porch rail as the evening air turns cold and watch the western sky turn into ribbons made of gold. Grandfather would sit right here back in the summer of '65, singing old-time country songs that kept our hope alive. Through the changes of the '70s and the fast-paced '80s scene, this porch remains the only place where time has never been. 'Cause I'm home on the range, where my heart has found its place, far away from crowded cities and the endless frantic race, where the wind carries a song through the fields of wild and free. Yeah, this home on the range is the only home for me. The smell of burning pine wood drifts from the kitchen stove, a reminder of the simple life and the family that I love. I don't need a lot of money, I don't need a crown of gold, just the quiet of the prairie when the winter days unfold. They can have their neon lights and their streets of polished stone. I would rather walk these dirt paths with the horse that I call home. Out here the truth is written in the soil and the trees, and the spirit of the old west travels softly on the breeze. 'Cause I'm home on the range, where my heart has found its place, far away from crowded cities and the endless frantic race, where the wind carries a song through the fields of wild and free. Yeah, this home on the range is the only home for me. Now the stars are burning bright across the midnight sky so deep. I tip my hat to the range as the valley goes to sleep. Home on the range, where my soul will always keep. Morning fog is rolling off the edge of nowhere land. I hold the leather reins tight in my weather steady hand. There's not a single house or road for 50 miles around. Just the beauty of the wilderness and nature's quiet sound. I remember how the radio played tunes in '73, back when the world was changing fast, but left this valley free. The 60s folk and 80s rock had stories of their own, but the prairie keeps a rhythm that is carved in grass and stone. Out on the endless prairie, where the green meets up with blue, where a man can clear his heavy mind and start his life anew. With the wind across the open flats and freedom in my chest, there ain't no place I'd rather be than riding in the West. The golden hawk is circling high above the sea of wheat, far away from busy factories and crowded city streets. I see the stormy clouds build up along the distant rim, bringing water to the thirsty soil as daylight starts to dim. Some people need a ceiling made of plaster and of steel, but they will never understand the freedom that I feel to look out at the world and see no fences anywhere, just an open, wild kingdom and an honest cowboy's prayer. Out on the endless prairie, where the green meets up with blue, where a man can clear his heavy mind and start his life anew. With the wind across the open flats and freedom in my chest, there ain't no place I'd rather be than riding in the West. Yeah, the night is falling steady now, the stars are burning bright, the prairie stretches on and on into the silver light. The endless prairie, guiding me tonight. I was born down in the valley where the Spanish moss grows long, where my daddy taught me how to play an old-time country song. With a silver belt buckle and a worn-out Stetson hat, I learned to ride the marshlands where the heavy pines sit flat. The 1960s had the outlaws, and the 70s had the grit. By the time the 1980s rolled around, we didn't quit. We mixed that country twang with a little southern rock and roll, a recipe of freedom that can satisfy your soul. 'Cause I'm a southern cowboy, riding through the heat and rain, with a fire in my spirit and a lineage of pain. From the muddy Mississippi to the Texas open sky, I'm gonna keep this lifestyle living till the day I die. The acoustic guitar is strumming as the porch light starts to gleam. I'm sitting with a glass of sweet tea, lost inside a dream, thinking about the cattle drives and the long days in the sun, and the generations before me who got the hard work done. They think a cowboy only lives out in the desert sand, but there's a different kind of rider in this humid southern land. We brave the swamps and thickets with a lasso and a prayer, and you can always find our heritage lingering in the air. 'Cause I'm a southern cowboy, riding through the heat and rain, with a fire in my spirit and a lineage of pain. From the muddy Mississippi to the Texas open sky, I'm gonna keep this lifestyle living till the day I die. Yeah, the cicadas are buzzing loud as the evening starts to fade. I'm thankful for this country life that my family made. Just a southern cowboy, heading down into the shade. Campfire ashes turn to gray as the morning light breaks through. I saddle up my gelding and we ride out in the dew. No family name to carry, no home to settle down, just a drifting silhouette outside of every single town. Picked up this acoustic guitar back in the summer of '69 and played the '90s uneasy bars for for pennies and cheap wine. By the time the 1980s came, music changed its style, but I kept running down the tracks for many a lonely mile. 'Cause I'm a lone rider, drifting like the tumbleweed, with nothing but the open air to satisfy my need. No promises to hold me back, no ties to lock my soul, just a solitary cowboy making freedom my main goal. The desert highway stretches out like a ribbon in the sun, another empty valley where the wild mustangs still run. I find my peace in silence and the clicking of the hooves, out here where the mountain wind is the only thing that moves. People often ask me if I ever get too lonely on this trail. I've been out a suitcase chasing every shifting gale, but I see the silver moon at night and hear the coyote cry, and I know I've got the grandest roof beneath this western sky. 'Cause I'm a lone rider, drifting like the tumbleweed, with nothing but the open air to satisfy my need. No promises to hold me back, no ties to lock my soul, just a solitary cowboy making freedom my main goal. Yeah, the sun is setting slowly now, the shadows starting to grow. I tip my hat to the empty road and pack my things to go. Just a lone rider into the evening glow. Midday heat is rising from the cracked and broken ground. I've been riding since the daybreak and there's no one else around. The horizon stretches endlessly, a blazing sheet of white, as I guide my weary horse along and pray for cooler night. My father loved the country tracks from 1965. He said that simple music kept our heritage alive. Through the changing years of '74 and the fast-paced '80s scene, these dirt paths stay the only place where time has always been. On these dusty trails where the heavy secrets hide, where a working man can swallow his worries and his pride. Every mile of rolling earth and every valley crossed, I'm finding pieces of my soul that I thought were long and lost. leather saddle creaks beneath the steady rhythmic pace. The stinging desert wind is blowing dirt across my face. But there is a rugged beauty in this harsh and lonely land that a city boy with polished boots could never understand. They can keep their paved up highways and their busy city streets, where everybody's rushing for the money that they meet. I'd rather take my chances where the wild coyotes cry, and travel along these dusty trails beneath the open sky. On these dusty trails where the heavy secrets hide, where a working man can swallow his worries and his pride. With every mile of rolling earth and every valley crossed, I'm finding pieces of my soul that I thought were long and lost. Yeah, the sun is finally dipping down behind the western hills. The dust is settling on my boots, and everything is still just dusty trails where the cowboy spirit dwells. The gravel crunches softly underneath my old truck tires, running past the pastures and the rusty boundary wires. It's the same old dirt path that my father used to grade, leading down to the valley where the family dreams are made. An old 1960s ballad fades across the radio dial. The 70s and 80s tracks always make me wanna smile. They sing about the hard work and the love that stays so true on this long and winding stretch under a canopy of blue. Traveling down the ranch road, heading back to where I belong, to the rhythm of the crickets and a classic country song. Every bump and every turn is like an old familiar friend, guiding this tired cowboy to his journey's happy end. The oak trees cast their shadows As the afternoon gets late, I pull up to the homestead and I unlatch the iron gate. The cattle turn their heads to watch the dust begin to clear, and a deep and quiet comfort tells me home is finally near. People spend their lifetimes looking for a highway made of gold, chasing after shortcuts and the stories they've been told. But everything I'm needing is right here in the clay, on this rugged little path that keeps the modern world away. Traveling down the ranch road, heading back to where I belong, to the rhythm of the crickets and a classic country song. Every bump and every turn is like an old familiar friend, guiding this tired cowboy to his journey's happy end. Yeah, the porch light is flickering as the sun slips out of sight. I park the truck, step on the ground, and welcome in the night. Just the ranch road, bringing me home tonight. I packed my bags and left the smoke of eastern city lights, tired of the crowded streets and sleepless, noisy nights. The skyscrapers were tall, but they could never take the place of a rugged mountain canyon and a wide open space. I found an old cassette tape from the summer of '75 with some 1960s outlaw tracks that make you feel alive. They played into the 1980s with a heavy country twang, reminding me of simple truths the old-timers sang. So I'm going back to the west, where the wild country rolls, where the fresh mountain air can heal our weary souls. Put the saddle on my horse and let the cattle run free. Yeah, heading back to the west is the only cure for me. We crossed the state line as the morning started breaking. I could feel the heavy burden from my shoulders finally shaking. The cedar trees and prairie grass are waving in the breeze, welcoming this traveler back home among the trees. They tell you that the modern world is where you ought to stay, to sell your soul for money And I'd rather have the dirt paths than a crowded subway train. So I'm going back to the west, where the wild country roads, where the fresh mountain air can heal our weary souls. Put the saddle on my horse and let the cattle run free. Yeah, heading back to the west is the only cure for me. Yeah, the sun is setting golden on the high Nevada crest. I'm finally back in the place that I always loved the best. Back to the west, where my heart can finally rest. You can dress a man in fine silk and put polished leather on his feet, and make him spend his heavy days walking up a city street. But you can't erase the memories of the canyons and the draws, or make him live his quiet life inside your concrete walls. You'll always love the music from the summer of '69, when the 1970s outlaws were all singing mighty fine. The 1980s brought the synthesizers, changing up the sound, but the honest rhythm of his soul stays rooted in the ground. 'Cause the heart of a cowboy is something you can't tame. It doesn't care for money, and it doesn't seek the fame. It beats for the open range, the saddle, and the sky, and it stays true to the heritage until the day we die. It's a quiet kind of courage when the winter storms blow cold, and a steady hand to guide the herd across the mountain fold. It's knowing when to stand your ground and when to slack the reins, and finding deep unspoken peace across the lonely plains. The world out there is changing fast, forgetting what is real, trading standard human values for a block of stone and steel. But as long as there's a stallion running wild against the wind, the spirit of the frontier land will never have to end. 'Cause the heart of a cowboy is something you can't tame. It doesn't care for money, and it doesn't seek the fame. It beats for the open range, riding brave into the light. Campfire sparks are rising up into the midnight air. The long day's heavy labor is behind me over there. My horse is resting steady by the cottonwood tree line, as the darkness brings a stillness that is beautiful and fine. An old 1960s melody is drifting through my mind, the kind of timeless music that my father left behind. Through the 70s and 80s, all the styles came and went, but the rhythm of this prairie night is time that's wisely spent. Shine on, prairie moon, light up the valley floor. Show this lonely cowboy what his traveling heart is for. Guide me through the canyons and across the open stream, with your silver light illuminating every single dream. Coyotes start to howl along the Rocky Mountain crest, while the busy world in city towns is rushing without rest. But out here on the highlands, under your celestial glow, there's an old school piece of living that the modern worlds don't know. Watch the early pioneers roll wagons through the clay, and you've seen the changing frontiers slowly vanish all the way. But tonight you shine as bright as you did in the ancient days, keeping this soul wanderer protected in your rays. Prairie moon, light up the valley floor. Show this lonely cowboy what his traveling heart is for. Guide me through the canyons and across the open stream, with your silver light illuminating every single dream. Yeah, the embers are all dying and the shadows stretch out deep. I pull my heavy blanket up and settle down to sleep underneath the prairie moon, as the wilderness rests deep. riverbank is muddy, where the weeping willows lean. The prettiest little hideaway that I have ever seen. I unpacked my old six-string from its beaten vinyl case and sit down on a smooth stone in this quiet, lonely place. My grandfather bought this guitar back in '64 and taught me how to finger pick behind the smokehouse door. Through the '70s outlaws and the '80s country rock, this wood has kept the rhythm like a steady ticking clock. Just playing my guitar by the water, sitting all alone, strumming out a melody across the river stone, where the music meets the current and the wild winds blow, singing to the rhythm of the river's steady flow. The bass strings hum softly like a bullfrog in the reeds. A simple minor chord is all this heavy spirit needs. No microphone or spotlights, no crowded concert hall, just the rushing of the water and the whippoorwill's call. The world out there keeps moving at a frantic, crazy pace, but time stands completely still in this forgotten space. You can wash away your troubles with a simple G and can't let the river carry them out to the open sea. Just playing my guitar by the water, sitting all alone, strumming out a melody across the river stone, where the music meets the current and the wild winds blow, singing to the rhythm of the river's steady flow. Yeah, the last chord is ringing as the sun sinks out of sight. I pack away the old six-string into the fading light. Guitar by the water into the quiet night. where the weeping willows lean, the prettiest little hideaway that I have ever seen. I unpacked my old 6-string from its beaten vinyl case and sit down on a smooth stone in this quiet, lonely place. My grandfather bought this guitar back in '64 and taught me how to finger pick behind the smokehouse door. Through the '70s outlaws and the '80s country rock, this wood has kept the rhythm like a steady ticking clock. Just playing my guitar by the water, sitting all alone, strumming out a melody across the river stone, where the music meets the current and the wild winds blow, singing to the rhythm of the river's steady flow. The bass strings hum softly like a bullfrog in the reeds. A simple minor chord is all this heavy spirit needs. No microphone or spotlights, no crowded concert hall, just the rushing of the water and the whippoorwill's call. The world out. The afternoon is fading and the tide is pulling low. The coastal grass is bending as the ocean breezes blow. I park my old ranch truck right where the dunes begin to rise, and watch the yellow sun slip down before my weary eyes. I hear an old school track from 1967 on the air, back when the country music had a sound beyond compare. Through the changes of the 70s and the fast-paced 80s scene, this timeless edge of water stays the place where I feel clean. Walking on the golden shoreline where the land meets the sea, where the crashing of the white waves sets a cowboy's spirit free. With the salt upon my denim and the sunset in my eyes, there ain't no grander stage beneath the western skies. The sand is warm beneath my boots, the seagulls circle high, writing cursive stories out across the open sky. Far away from dusty corrals and the cattle driving line, I find a different kind of peace beside the rolling brine. They say a man from Texas belongs where cactus grows, but there's a healing magic where the ocean water flows. It washes clean the worries of the long and heavy week, and gives this rolling stone the quiet comfort that I seek. Walking on the golden shoreline where the land meets the sea, where the crashing of the white waves sets a cowboy's spirit free. With the salt upon my denim and the sunset in my eyes, there ain't no grander stage beneath the western skies. Yeah, the gold is turning purple as the night begins to crawl. The waves keep up their rhythm as the evening shadows fall. Just the golden shoreline as the stars reclaim it all. The heavy day is turning into cool and purple shades as the blinding heat of afternoon slowly starts to fade. I lean my back against the fence and watch the sky catch fire. The quiet of the valley is my only true desire. An old 1960s acoustic tune is drifting from the truck, a song about a broken heart and running out of luck. Through the 70s and 80s tracks, the melodies stay strong, keeping this old cowboy right where he belongs. Singing to the sunset melody as the daylight dies, watching all the golden colors running through the skies. With the rhythm of the evening wind blowing soft and low, it's the sweetest piece of music that a working man can know. The horses stand together by the old oak tree, so still, as the shadows stretch out long and dark across the western hill. No flashy stage or neon lights can mimic what I see. This natural sunset melody is masterpiece to me. The world out there keeps moving fast, losing what is real, forgetting how a simple night on the range can make you feel. But a guitar and an open sky will never let you down. It'll lift your heavy spirit when you're far away from town. Singing to the sunset melody as the daylight dies, watching all the golden colors running through the skies. With the rhythm of the evening wind blowing soft and low, it's the sweetest piece of music that a working man can know. Yeah, the last note is hanging as the silver stars appear. The valley is completely dark, the path ahead is clear. Just a sunset melody whistling in my ear. The cabin lights are reflecting on the water down below. The summer heat is fading as the evening breezes blow. I see you walking down the path with a blanket in your hand, the prettiest girl that's ever stepped upon this country land. We turn the truck radio down to a station playing slow, a 1960s love ballad from a long, long time ago. Through the 70s duets and the 80s country tracks, we found a classic rhythm where our heavy hearts relax, falling into lakeside love under the midnight sky, watching the silver ripples as the gentle wind goes by. With your head upon my shoulder and my arm around your waist, there ain't no sweeter memory that time could ever erase. The bullfrogs sing their bass line down inside the marshy reeds. Your sweet and gentle smile is the only thing I need. Far away from crowded city streets and everyday alarms, I found my piece of heaven right here inside your arms. They can keep their fancy restaurants and their polished city bars. I would rather sit right here beneath the billion stars, with the water lapping softly on the old wooden dock, and time standing completely still against the kitchen clock, falling into lakeside love under the midnight sky, watching the silver ripples as the gentle wind goes by, with your head upon my shoulder and my arm around your waist. There ain't no sweeter memory that time could ever erase. Yeah, the morning mist will roll in when the sun begins to wake, but tonight it's just the two of us beside the quiet lake, lakeside love, for as long as it takes. The calendar's turning and the days are getting short. The green is turning yellow on the old basketball court. I see the cornfields ripening beneath the August sun, and realize that summertime is nearly over and done. I find an old 1960s track that we used to play back when the 70s and 80s felt a million miles away. We'd roll the windows down and let the warm wind fill the car, chasing down our childhood like a falling distant star. So give me just one more summer underneath the country sky, before the autumn chill comes in and the wild birds start to fly. Let me hold on to the sunshine and the long, slow afternoon, before the winter snow comes down and changes up the tune. Spent the months swimming down at the old quarry hole, with nothing but a sunburn and a carefree, happy soul. Now the evenings are getting cooler and the shadows stretch out long, and the crickets are singing the final verse of their seasonal song. Time keeps on moving like a train upon the track, and no matter how you beg it, it ain't never turning back. But if I could freeze the clock right now, I'd keep it on July and live forever underneath this golden country sky. So give me just one more summer underneath the country sky, before the autumn chill comes in and the wild birds start to fly. Let me hold on to the sunshine and the long, slow afternoon, before the winter snow comes down and changes up the tune. Yeah, the last light is dipping down behind the timberline. I'm holding on to these memories and making sure they're mine. Just one more summer before the leaves design. Park my dusty 4x4 right on the river bend. Where the pavement finally gives up and the gravel has an end. I drop the tailgate down, kick my boots off in the grass, and watch the muddy water and the drifting timber pass. My old man had a tape machine back in the summer of '69, playing those 1970s outlaws who were singing mighty fine. By the time the 1980s came, they added a little rock and roll, but the steady beat of the riverbank is what satisfies my soul. Living country by the water, where the pace is nice and slow, where the weeping willows whisper and the catfish down below, with a cold drink in my hand and a line out in the stream. Just a hard-working country man, living out a simple dream. The dragonflies are buzzing through the heavy summer heat, far away from traffic lines and crowded city streets. The sun is baking down on the old wooden fishing dock, and for once in my busy life, I ain't looking at the clock. They can have their high-rise buildings and their fancy neon signs. I'd rather watch the sunlight filter through the river pines. There's a deep and quiet medicine that nature always brings when you're sitting by the water, listening to the way it sings. Living country by the water, where the pace is nice and slow, where the weeping willows whisper and the catfish down below, with a cold drink in my hand and a line out in the stream. Just a hard-working country man, living out a simple dream. Yeah, the evening mist is rising as the sun begins to fade. I'm sitting in the finest parlor that the good Lord ever made. Just country by the water, deep inside the southern shade. park my dusty 4x4 right on the river bend, where the pavement finally gives up and the gravel has an end. I drop the tailgate down and kick my boots off in the grass and watch the muddy water and the drifting timber pass. My old man had a tape machine back in the summer of '69, playing those 1970s outlaws who were singing mighty fine. By the time the 1980s came, they added a little rock and roll, but the steady beat of the riverbank is what satisfies my soul. Living country by the water, where the pace is nice and slow, where the weeping willows whisper and the catfish down below, with a cold drink in my hand and a line out in the stream. Just a hard-working countryman living out a simple dream. The dragonflies are buzzing through the heavy summer heat, far away from traffic lines and crowded city streets. The sun is baking down on the old wooden fishing dock, and for once in my busy life, I ain't looking at the clock. They can have their high-rise buildings and their fancy neon signs. I'd rather watch the sunlight filtered through the river pines. There's a deep and quiet medicine that nature always brings when you're sitting by the water, listening to the way it sings. Living country by the water, where the pace is nice and slow, where the weeping willows whisper and the catfish down below, with a cold drink in my hand. I stand along the shoreline where the salt air meets the pines, looking out at the open water and the shifting boundary lines. Every cresting white cap that comes rolling down the bay brings a rush of heavy thoughts from a distant yesterday. I remember how the jukebox played back in the summer of '68, an old school country melody before the world got complicated and great. Throw the changing years of '75 in the fast-paced '80s track. Those simple words keep calling this lonely cowboy back. of the pale and fading moonlight. Every ripple on the surface, every crash upon the shore, tells the story of the country life that I love more and more. The sand is dark and cold now underneath my leather boots. A long way from the valley where my family planted roots. But there is a quiet healing in the rhythm of the sea that opens up the heavy gates and sets my spirit free. We try to lock the past away and keep it inside a pen, but the ocean has a way of bringing it all back again. You can't outrun the choices or the road you had to take. They just mirror back like pictures on the surface of the lake. Riding on the waves of memory, washing over me tonight. Underneath the silver glow of the pale and fading moonlight, every ripple on the surface, every crash upon the shore, tells the story of the country life that I loved more and more. Yeah, the tide is pulling out now, taking all the sand along, but the bass line of the water keeps on singing that old song. Waves of memory, rolling steady and strong. The morning fog is heavy on the smoky mountainside. I park my old Chevrolet right by the water's edge, so wide. The cedar trees are standing tall, reflecting in the blue, as the southern sun breaks through the mist to start the day anew. My daddy used to play a tune he learned in '69, strumming on the front porch with a glass of homemade wine. Through the '70s outlaws and the '80s country boom, this old Tennessee shoreline always chased away the gloom. down by the Tennessee lake, where the catfish bite all day, where a hard-working countryman can wash his cares away, with the acoustic guitar humming and the water rolling slow. It's the closest thing to heaven that a southern boy can know. The dragonflies skimming past the old wooden boat dock. Out here in the country, we don't worry about the clock. Just a fishing pole, a cooler, and some time to spend alone, far away from city streets made of concrete and a stone. They can keep their fancy high-rises and busy city neon lights. Give me the crickets singing on these warm summer nights, where the mud is on my boots and the air is clean and sweet, and the rhythm of the rolling waves is music to my feet. Down by the Tennessee lake, where the catfish bite all day, where a hard-working countryman can wash his cares away, with the acoustic guitar humming and the water rolling slow. It's the closest thing to heaven that a southern boy can know. Yeah, the fireflies are waking up as the day begins to break, and the moonlight starts to dance across the peaceful southern lake. Tennessee lake, keep my soul away. I pull an old cardboard box down from the attic floor and find the vintage songbook from behind my bedroom door. The pages are all yellowed and the edges are all torn, but it holds the simple truths of the land where I was born. Here's a standard chords arrangement from the winter of '64, back when the country music had a pure and honest core. Through the '70s vinyl records and the '80s tape cassette, these melodies have memories that I will never forget. Strumming on these country heartstrings, playing soft and slow, singing about the heritage from a long time ago. Every note's a memory, every lyric is a friend, tying up the broken pieces that a cowboy needs to mend. My callous fingers find the frets upon the old maple neck, bringing back the porch light nights onto this wooden deck. I can hear my daddy's voice joining in the harmony as the evening wind goes whistling through the weeping willow tree. They can change the style of music and the trends upon the stage, try to turn the old school into a modern flashy age, but they can't erase the feeling that a simple G chord brings when a working man is singing from his country heartstrings. Strumming on these country heartstrings, playing soft and slow, singing about the heritage from a long time ago. Every note's a memory, every lyric is a friend, tying up the broken pieces that a cowboy needs to mend. Yeah, the night is settling steady and the fireplace is bright. I'm just picking out the teardrops into the silver light. Country heartstrings guiding me home tonight. The horizon is burning with a deep and final red as I look back on the long and dusty road that I have led. My old leather saddle is resting on the porch floor, and I know I won't be riding through that canyon anymore. The 1960s Pioneer tune plays low on my radio, reminding me of campfire nights from a long time ago. Through the 70s trials, in the 80s changing scenes, I kept my boots right in the dirt and lived out all my dreams. Now I'm watching the last sunset dropping down behind the hill. The working days are over and the valley's completely still. I tip my hat to the open range, to the wild and to the free. Yeah, this last sunset is a peaceful sight to see. My trusted old gelding whinnies softly in the lane. He feels the coming winter and the turning of the rain. We put in our hard labor, we stayed honest and stayed true underneath this grand old canopy of country white and blue. The young folks are talking about the cities made of stone, building up a modern world that I have never known. But I'm glad I spent my lifetime where the golden eagles fly, leaving my small footprint underneath this western sky. still. I tip my hat to the open range, to the wild and to the free. Yeah, this last sunset is a peaceful sight to see. Yeah, the gold is turning black now as the darkness settles deep. An old-time cowboy closing up his eyes to go to sleep. The last sunset bringing everlasting rest. The campfire's dying down to an ember's orange glow. I walk down to the lakeside where the gentle rushes grow. The water sits as still as glass beneath the midnight sky, reflecting every single star that's burning bright and high. My mind drifts back to an old school track from the summer of '69, when the 1970s outlaws were all singing mighty fine. By the time the 1980s came, the world had lost its slow. But these water-mirrored moonbeams keep the pace of long ago. Staring at the moonlit reflections on the water tonight, watching all my yesterdays swimming in the silver light. Every wrinkle on the surface is a road I had to take, finding deep and quiet healing on this lonely country lake. The bullfrogs play the bass line while a distant coyote cries. A perfect midnight harmony beneath the open skies. No neon signs or crowded bars could ever match this view, where the moonlight paints a picture that is honest, clean, and new. They say a man gets wiser as the years begin to fade, looking back at all the choices and the promises he made. But out here in the stillness, far away from city noise, the water washes clean the doubt and gives a cowboy poise. Staring at the moonlit reflection is a road I had to take, finding deep and quiet healing on this lonely country lake. Yeah, the night is getting colder now, the fog begins to creep, but the moonlit reflections are gonna guard me while I sleep. Moonlit reflections as the valley rests deep. Threw my old tackle box into the truck bed floor, left a sticky note hanging on the back of the kitchen door. The boss man can wait, and my bills can take a line, 'cause the bream are biting steady and the weather's mighty fine. I'm playing that cassette tape from the summer of '68, back when the country music didn't have to navigate through the '70s outlaws in the '80s pop rock trend. Just an old acoustic guitar making every heart a friend. Yeah, I'm gone fishing again, down where the cypress grows, where the muddy water moves and the gentle river blows. Got a hook in the water and my boots kicked in the clay. Just an old country boy, casting all his cares away. Dragonflies are dancing on top of my bobber's head. I'm sitting on a cooler, eating old school white bread, far away from the factory and the clicking of the clock. My only main assignment is the rocking of this dock. They can keep the fancy offices and pile the city streets, where everybody's racing for the money that they meet. I'd rather chase a shadow underneath the willow tree, with a red and white bobber setting this old spirit free. Yeah, I'm gone fishing again, down where the cypress grows, where the muddy water moves and the gentle river blows. Got a hook in the water and my boots kicked in the clay. Just an old country boy, casting all his cares away. Yeah, the sun is dipping low, but I ain't packing up the truck. I'm gonna cast one more time, just to try my country luck. Gone fishing again, underneath the evening star, so bright.